Hello, welcome back to my channel Lomzy Sews. In today's sewing tutorial, I'll be showing you how I made this armhole princess dart bustier dress. Armhole princess dart dress. It's actually a princess dart dress, not a bustier. So guys, if this is what you actually want to watch, then continue watching till the end to see how I made it. It has a V neckline, small V neckline, and a keyhole at the back. So guys, if this is what you want to learn, then continue watching till the end to see how I made it. To make this, you need 4 yards of fabric. I have crepe fabric here, so you can see it's not the stretchy type. You can use satin, you can use Duchess for this. And I have 4 yards here, and I'll be using invisible zipper. I have a tutorial on how to make invisible zip. If you don't know how to make invisible zip, I'll be dropping in the link below so that you know how to make invisible zip. So we'll be cutting this on a pattern paper. I'll make the bodice block first on a pattern paper, then we continue, then we cut it out on the fabric. The measurement I'll be using for this is bust 34 inches, waist 28 inches, hips 38 inches, waist length 16.5, bust span 8 inches, dress length 60 inches, and shoulder width 15 inches. To cut the front and the back, I'm going to fold my fabric into two like this. So first we're going to get the armhole line, which is 9 inches, and the waistline, which is 16.5. I'll go ahead and square out these lines. Remember how to get your armhole line is from the shoulder slope. You're going to divide the bust divided by 6. Whatever you get, you add 1.5 to that, and that will be the length of your armhole. Next, we'll get the shoulder width. So the shoulder is 15 inches, remember, so divide that by 2. Whatever you have, you're going to place it here, and you're going to connect it to the armhole. Remember how to get the shoulder width is by taking from your one shoulder to the other. That whatever you get, divide that by 2, and that's what we have done here. Next, I'm going to get the neck width, which is 2.8. I'll mark it here, and I'll come down 1.5 inches for the shoulder slope. I'll go ahead and connect this line. Next is to get the circumference of the bust. You're going to divide your hips divided by 4. So my hips is 38 inches divided by 4 will give me 9.5, and I'll add ½ inch ease allowance to that. Guys, remember I always use my hips for my bust circumference. So I have 10 inches. I'm going to take it down to the waistline. I'll go ahead and connect this line. Guys, remember I'm working on both the front and back. Next, I'm going to go ahead and make the armhole curve. To do that, from the beginning, I will divide whatever I have by 2. Whatever I have, I'm going to mark it here. This will be the guide for the back armhole curve. For the front armhole curve, I'm going to come in ½ inch like that and connect it. So I'll go ahead and connect the back armhole curve first. Just go ahead. You can always use your hand to do this if you don't have a curve ruler. So I'll go ahead and connect this, and also connect for the front armhole curve. As long as you have marked the guideline, it will be easier for you to do. So this is the armhole curve for the front and the back. Next is to mark for the dart. To do that, you're going to divide the bust span divided by 2. Remember it was 8 divided by 2 will give us 4 inches. So I'll go ahead and mark this and connect it to the armhole length. Remember, this armhole length is the same thing as the chest line. So next is to get the design neck width. I want to use 4 inches for that, so I'm going to go ahead and mark it here. For the neck depth for the back, I'm going to mark 1 inch, and the neck depth for the front is 4.5. So I'm going to connect these lines. Oh, I made a mistake. The front neck depth is a v-neck, is a small v-neck. So I will go ahead and correct this. I'm not going to use this one. So for the v-neck line, I'm going to come down 7 inches. I told you guys already, 7 inches for the v-neck line, and I'm going to connect this line. I'll just connect it straight. I want it to be a sharp v-neck line. Please don't use the first neckline I used for the front. I'm going to cancel this. We're using the v neckline. I'll go ahead and cut this out. Remember, I've been cutting on both the front and back, so I'm just going to cut this out so that I'll be able to contour for the back and the front. You know, the contouring for the back and the front are different, so I'm going to separate this pattern and we now contour for them differently. If you have watched this video till this time and you have not given this video a thumbs up, what are you waiting for? Help a baby girl to grow her channel. That's the only way and the only thing and the only support I need from you guys now. Drop a comment in the comment section. Say hi, like this video, subscribe if you have not subscribed before, guys, please. So now I have two patterns here. This is the front and this is the back. So we are going to contour the back first. So for the center back, I'm going to take in 2 cm. This will help the zip to sit properly. I hope you guys saw the back of my thumbnail, the intro. You will see how smooth the back is. So you take in 2 cm here and you're going to connect it to the neckline. Then I'm going to make a dart for the back. I'm going to make a dart width of 1/2 inch. So share the 1/2 inch on both sides of the dart leg. And I'm going to connect it to the armhole line. Next, I'm going to go to the side seam. For the side seam, I'm going to take away 0.75. I'm making this tutorial very beginner friendly. It's very simple, guys. This is not complicated at all. So I'm going to cut away all the excess that we have here. Remember, guys, whenever I'm doing my tutorial, I don't take out that and replace it. The dart has been taken away, is away. So note that. So this is the center back. I'll set this aside and we're going to go over to the front. So for the front, you're going to pay attention here. I will cut out the neckline. Remember, we're using V neckline. And then I'm going to cut the armhole. Remember that armhole. So cut that away so that your armhole, your front armhole, can sit properly. And then we will go to the dart. So now from this armhole line, this place, we're going to come down 1 inch, and that will be the bust point. This will be the bust point where you don't need to pass when you're making your dart. So we go ahead and make a dart. I'm going to make 1 inch dart here, and I'm going to connect that to the new point. I'll draw this dart leg now, but later we'll go ahead and contour the underbust properly. So this is the underbust line. You're going to come in 2 cm depending on how you want the bust line to be. So I'm going to connect this in a curved manner to get the the bust curve. Oh my word. So I'll take this down to the dart on the waistline. I'll do the same thing on the other side. Just make sure you use the curved side of your the curve ruler, and you're going to connect it down to the waistline. This is very simple. I just want to make it a very simple princess dart dress. So I'll go ahead and come in here 1 inch for the waistline of the front. The back was 0.75, remember. So I'll go ahead and make this. Remember, this is a princess armhole princess dart. So we're going to draw a line here. I'll come down like 3 inches and I'm going to make a princess dart line here. Remember that line I told you that you don't need to pass. So when you're making your dart, you won't pass this line. So I'm going to draw the princess dart line. And again, I will go further to make a dart on this princess dart line. So you go ahead and use 1/2 inch for the dart line. This will give you a fuller bust. I want to use this opportunity to thank my subscribers, my returning subscribers. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your comments and like. I appreciate. Next, I'm going to go ahead and cut out the waist dart for the side seam. Guys, don't mind the sound. It's raining heavily here, really heavily. So if you hear the sound, don't bother yourself. So guys, I'm going to cut out this and I'm going to cut along the princess dart line and I'm going to close that princess dart line. You're just closing it for you to align it, not that we're going to close the princess dart. So I'm going to tape it here and I'm going to adjust the armhole line. I'll go ahead and cut out this place for me to have. I'm going to have 2 panels for the front. The back doesn't have, the back is just 1 panel, but for the front I'm going to make it 2 panels just because of the princess darts. So I'll go ahead and cut open the princess darts back to where it is. Can you see, guys, what we have here? So now the back panel and the front panel are ready. I'll go ahead and cut this out on the main fabric. I won't be cutting any lining for this. I'm just going to cut a facing for the neckline, both the back neckline and the front neckline. So I'll go ahead and cut 2 pieces of this, 2 pieces of this, and the front will be on fold. And I'll add 1/2 inch sewing allowance to all of them. This is it after cutting it out. Can you see? I added 1/2 inch all around on this place. Also this place 1/2 inch and 1 inch on the side seam. So I have also gone ahead and cut out facing for the neckline. Cut out facing for the neckline. For the back, I did the same thing. The only thing I did was I made a keyhole. Let me turn it this way so you see. So I made a keyhole for the back. Can you see? I made a keyhole here for the back. I added 1/2 inch sewing allowance here and 1 inch sewing allowance, 1/2 inch all around. So let me turn it the other way so you see. You see, this is it. 1/2 inch for the zipper, 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, and then 1 inch for sewing allowance. So I will go to the machine now. I'm going to join this to this. You go ahead and join this to this. The same thing on the other side. And I'm going to use this to turn the neckline. So I'll just use this to turn the neckline. I'll do the same thing for the back. This is it after sewing it. Can you see? I've also gone ahead and sewn the other side. So I added a string to the keyhole, the back of the keyhole neckline. So I'll show you how I did it. I just went ahead and aligned the shoulder to shoulder, the shoulder of the back to the shoulder of the front. So just go ahead and make sure you align it properly and you're going to sew it like this. You sew it straight. After you're done sewing that, you go ahead and sew the side seam. So turn it right side facing together and sew away 1 inch. I've sewn it and I've also gone ahead and joined the sleeve. Can you see? Yeah, I have a full tutorial on how to make this circle puff sleeve. It's up on my YouTube channel, Lomzy Sews.
If you have not watched that video, I'll drop the link in the description section, so go ahead and watch how I made it. It's very detailed and very, very easy, guys. So for the lower part of the dress, I lost the footage of the lower part of the dress, but it's just an A line. It's just an A line dress. Let me show you what I mean. It's two-tiered A line dress anyway. So I went ahead and cut an A line for the skirt part, and I gathered the lower part. I'm sorry this I lost the footage. Maybe I have to repeat this video, but it's nothing serious. I just cut an A line and gathered this lower part. I times it by 2, and then I added this ruche at the middle there. Nothing serious. So guys, the next thing is for me to go ahead and join the main body to the skirt part. So just go ahead, place them right side facing together, and you're going to join it. That's simple. Just match them together and sew it round. So I'll do that and come back to you. This is it after sewing it. The next thing to do now is also to add the sleeve. Can you see how it is looking? Very neat. Yeah, so I'll go ahead and add invisible zip to this. Can you see the keyhole, the rope I made at the back for the keyhole? So the next thing is for me to add invisible zip to this. Guys, I have a full tutorial on how to add invisible zip to your zippers. I'm not going to be doing invisible zip tutorial today. I'll just drop the link in the description section so you know how to draft this.
So guys, this is it after sewing the zip. Can you see how the zip is? Can you see? So make sure you go ahead and watch how to make your invisible zip, and make sure the waistline always aligns. So guys, I have come to the end of today's video. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.